Hi everyone, welcome to the muster drill. I'm Scott. I'm on board the Adventure of the Seas, and we're on our last day back to New Jersey. Hi everyone, welcome back. So it's been another great, amazing, incredible cruise. I really love the Adventure of the Seas, and specifically the Voyager class ships. When I first met my wife, she and I had cruised before we knew each other, but she had never been on Royal Caribbean before, and we took our first cruise on the Navigator of the Seas, and we had a promenade room just like this one. Now, I wasn't supposed to be in a promenade cabin. I had originally booked a studio, and I'm going to show some video here of the area where the studio cabins are located on this class ship. As you can see here, they're located on deck 2 across from the conference room, and this area used to be the indoor movie theater or the screening room. And as you can see, there's just a few of these studio cabins. And what's great about these studio cabins is that they do not have a single supplement. So because of that, and the fact that there's just a few of them, they tend to book up quick, so finding one available can be difficult. I had put in a Royal Up offer for a promenade room, and I had received an email telling me that although my offer had not been accepted, that it was still possible that it would be accepted, and it could be as late as 2 hours before the ship sailed. I did end up receiving an email one day before our sailing that they had accepted my Royal Up offer, so that was a pleasant surprise. And I am still curious about the studio cabins, so the next time I book one, I'm going to have to restrain myself from putting in a Royal Up offer. Now, Royal Caribbean has really packed these Voyager class ships with so much to do. There's a flow rider, there's water slides, and they split the production shows up between the main theater and an indoor ice rink that they also allow passengers to skate on at various times throughout the cruise. Like all cruise lines, Royal Caribbean has an adults-only area on the ship called the Solarium, and on the Voyager class ships, it's in the front of the ship just beyond the main pool deck. It's also in this area where you can access a special observation area at the front of the ship that has windows that allow you to look down onto the actual bridge, and it is by far one of my favorite features on a Royal Caribbean ship. Now, the Voyager class ships were the first class ship to feature the Royal Promenade, and as you can see from this video here, Royal Promenade is really the center hub of the ship. It's where you'll find the pizza shop, it's where you'll find Cafe Promenade, which features Starbucks coffee. There's also all of the onboard shops are here in the promenade, as well as a lounge, the Wi-Fi desk, and a couple of Coca-Cola Freestyle machines typically. Now, another great feature of the Voyager class and above ships is the heliport. Now, obviously, this was built for a very specific reason, but over the years, it has become a favorite hangout of Royal Caribbean cruise passengers, and Royal Caribbean has installed benches, and this area is typically only closed during extremely windy or rough seas. And one of my favorite places on any class ship is the promenade decks. Now, I love these promenade decks. Sometimes they're on deck 4, sometimes they're on deck 5. On this class ship, they're on deck 4. I love being out there. I love the fact that they're so close to the water that you can hear the waves, and it's just one of my favorite places to hang out. They're not typically very crowded, and one side of the ship is usually used for a smoking area, so I always try to avoid that side and be on the other side. But no matter what ship you're on, it's a great place to hang out. Definitely one of my favorites. Now, before I bring you highlights from the main theater and the ice shows, I want to talk about how fantastic and amazing Bermuda is. Now, I realize not everyone takes a cruise so that they can experience the history and the culture of the destinations that a cruise takes us to, but as a history lover, I am always looking for that, especially the first time that I visit. Now, in this video, I won't talk too much about my time in Bermuda. However, I did want to mention that when I was in St. George, I happened to meet a local who was willing and gracious with his time to answer a few of my questions. And I won't go down a rabbit hole about that entire situation, but I will say this. Lauren, if you're watching this video, I'm really sorry that I used the time that I had with you to talk about the bathrooms. And the last thing I'm going to mention about Bermuda today is that Bermuda is way, way more than this tiny little speck in the middle of the Atlantic on a Google map. And before I get to those production show highlights, I wanted to reiterate something I mentioned in my previous video. This is the first cruise that I have been on since the restart that truly, honestly feels like a cruise before the pandemic. And even though there are a few people wearing masks on board, myself included, the overall vibe of this cruise is that people are not factoring COVID into their vacation, and in my opinion, it's probably time for all cruises to be like that. Okay, so here are those highlights from the main theater and ice shows. I really love the shows on Royal Caribbean, and those ice shows are just amazing. So it's just been a really fantastic cruise on board the Adventure of the Seas, and it's been really nice just seeing everyone having a great time and enjoying themselves, and really just having a cruise the way it used to be. And Bermuda is just the most amazing destination, and I cannot believe that I have waited this long to come and check it out, and I'm definitely not waiting long again before I come back. So I think that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you very much for tuning in. And if you like this video, don't forget to click that like button. And then don't forget to click the subscribe button. It won't cost you anything. You click it once and you're done, and it'll really help us out a lot. And then don't forget to click that notification bell so that you know every time we upload a new video. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.